Now, in question number 9, we look at short answer literature questions. Answer any 4 of the following questions in 30 to 40 words each. What you have to remember is the marking scheme here. You have to answer only 4. Each question gives you 2 marks. Therefore, total of 8. Look at the first one. Why was Nicola not willing to share his plans with the narrator? Which chapter are we referring to here? The Two Gentlemen of Verona. When we pay attention to the distribution of marks, remember, content carries 1 mark, grammatical accuracy carries another 1 mark. Now, when you look at the suggested value points, pay attention to the first one. The 2 boys, Nicola and Jacopo, were too dignified to disturb a stranger with their personal matters. This is one characteristic trait that we remember them by. Nicola said just plans when the author suggested about their plans to emigrate to America. Because what was the reason? They didn't want the narrator to know about their little secret. Which little secret are they referring to? The secret was that their sister Lucia was admitted in the hospital due to tuberculosis of the spine, and therefore they did not want anyone to intrude upon their privacy or pity them. So they kept their personal problems a secret. Remember, you are supposed to answer the question in paragraph format. Do not write them as points. However, these suggested value points allow you to check your answer, how close it is to an appropriate answer. Look at the next question. Why was John Halleck eager to burn the Ouija board? What was the reason for that? Look at the value points here. John had to write a ghost story because his publisher had asked him to. Helen the ghost was helping him but got too bothered and overburdened by the Ouija board fanatics. These were the people who were pestering these ghosts just for their entertainment. John's wife suspected John of having an affair, and at the same time he blamed Ouija board for all the problems in his life, because whatever chaos that occurred in his life pushed him to get overburdened by Helen and her tactics, and therefore he wanted to burn the Ouija board. Look at the next question. In what ways had the Nightingale's life changed after her arrival in the Bingle Bog? Remember the poem The Frog and the Nightingale? Let's look at the suggested value points. In the Bingle Bog, the exploitation of the nightingale began by the frog. Earlier, she enjoyed all the applause. She loved receiving that admiration which she got from the residents of the bog because of her melodious voice. The frog would make the nightingale practice even in the adverse weather. That's what pushed her to become depressed over the course of her training. He organized many musical concerts and used her talent to mint money. This is the part of the exploitation. He instructed her to sing passionately with full force, since that was what the public wanted. He pushed him so hard that she almost lost the melody of her voice. He would scold and humiliate her for no reason. That's what made her morose. At the end, out of sheer stress and fatigue, the nightingale's vein burst and she died. That was her journey throughout the course of the poem. Look at the next question. Why did the sailor hail the albatross in God's name? Why did they feel that the coming of the albatross was a holy symbol? Look at the value points. The ship was stuck in the middle of huge icebergs. That's why they were not able to move. The ice was all around and they were surrounded by fog and mist. The weather, the surroundings were of adverse nature. Sailors were scared of death. That's when you have the albatross entering the zone. They felt helpless in the middle of the sea. When albatross came, the ice thawed, the wind started blowing and the ship started moving ahead. Hence, we can say albatross was seen as a holy symbol, a sign of blessing from the god itself. Now, we are supposed to answer 4 questions, but there are 5 options in the question. Let's look at the final question. Miss Mebbin was a clever opportunist. Substantiate with reference to Mrs. Packletide tiger. Evidence is what you have to provide regarding what kind of a woman she was, that she was a solely opportunistic person. Look at the value points. Louisa Mebbin was a cunning, calculative and money-minded lady. These are the traits that we refer to. She was the paid companion of Mrs. Packletide. That's her entry point in the story. Then we further explain she was business-minded and tried to save Mrs. Packletide's money at all cost. She blackmailed Mrs. Packletide about that shooting incident and purchased a villa. This is the evidence that you have to stress on. She made most of the opportunity of the tiger killing incident, and thereby in blackmailed bargain she asked for a money to purchase a villa. She was an opportunist as well as a clever woman and could go to any limit to make profit. That's what substantiates your argument completely. I hope the explanation was satisfactory enough. Now we look at the long answer segment in question number 10.